What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. Today in the stock market, we made another brand new all-time high as the bulls continue to push the stock market higher. We're still in that blow-off top bull market scenario until the price action tells us otherwise. First up, let's take a look at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. All right. So like I said in the introduction, we did hit another brand new all-time high today. And as I told you yesterday, if we were going to say that the market had topped, we needed this lower high rejection from 512. But I told you, do not assume we need to get that rejection because we still did have the bull trend with the price action above all the moving averages. So the best way to know where we were going was by simply looking on whether or not we broke above that candle high or down below that candle low. Well, it was very easy to figure out because as of the morning before the market even opened, we were already gapping up and we were breaking that high, which told you we were very likely going to have a day taken over by the bulls. So that immediately told you forget about the downward arrow because we were breaking out above 512, and above 512 I told you we would go back for a new all-time high towards 517 and 520. So that is what's playing out, and it told us from the price action we did not have to guess. Just something as simple as sitting in cash overnight and waiting for confirmation, or simply just staying long while we have the bull trend and we're above this critical support between 501 and 502. There's so many different ways you could play this, and up here I have preferred doing a lot more day trading because I don't really like the risk and reward to go long on the indices up here, and it's still a very good stock pickers market. For example, in the Discord server, we had great day trades from Apple and Google, and we didn't necessarily need to buy SPY or the triple Qs. We could play stocks within the ETFs and trade them bullishly knowing we were getting a bull breakout. So that's what we're doing in the Discord server. We do lots of day trading and swing trading, and we do a lot of stock picking to find out which stocks are the best trade at the time, given the current market condition, whether that be long or short. So many times I've made this joke that the bears are going to continue to say that every single one of these tops are the top of the market, and you can go back and you can look at these bears and they continue to tell you the stock market is topping, and they're trying to call tops, and they're doing so unsuccessfully because nobody knows where the stock market is going to top. You can look at that thumbnail where I made the joke, another top, because that is how the bears are starting to sound, where they are just perpetually saying that the stock market has topped. And that could drive you to try to continue to short the stock market, even though it's in a very powerful bull trend. And I've already told you many times that I'm calling this the blow off top, which means I do believe that a top is coming at the end of this bull rally. But during a blow off top, it is very difficult to know when the top is in because it's very irrational, and usually they end with a very parabolic move. Look at stocks like Nvidia and look at crypto like Bitcoin, and those are currently in parabolic blow off top looks, but we still don't have any confirmation that they've actually topped until we see the trend breaking down in price action breaking support. So if you want to continue to try to catch a top, that's all up to you. It's your money. You can do whatever you want, but it is a very dangerous game to play. So you can take those short trades from lower highs when we get them, but this is now a brand new all-time high, which is no longer going to give us a very good short opportunity until we at least get to some of this higher resistance and look overextended. Usually by the time you see the blow off top, it's very obvious because it will be an event where the bears capitulate and you'll usually get a very high volume up move, even though the market looks like it shouldn't be going any higher. We haven't seen that yet, and that's likely why we still continue to make all-time highs, because we haven't fully blown off the top. But enough about that. Right now, it's just as simple as staying bullish above this breakout at 512, and if we break down below 512, we need to hold that support at 507. And if at any point we break down below 507, I do believe we will come down there and fill that gap at 497. The upside resistance price targets are 517 and 520. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 1.52% today, and today we did fully close the gap above 443, and we did push to the previous all-time high, which is that closing price just below 446, and above that we have 448 and 453. The support the bulls need to hold in the NASDAQ 100 is this support down here at 437 to 436, and if we break that, we'll likely fill the gap at 425. On the Dow Jones, we were up 0.33% today, and we did hold the support above the rising 20 daily moving average, which is going to be a critical support right around 388, but the most important support is still here at 385. Below 385, we likely come down towards 380 and 377, and if we break 377, we've likely lost the bull trend. The bull breakout is above 391, and above 391 we could still try to blow off the top to the price target at 400. On the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, we were up 0.83% today, and intraday we did break this high above 207, but as you can tell, there's too much selling pressure above that, and we do have another gap to fill as of today, which is down here right around 206, and we have another gap down here below 202. Now, I do think it's possible we go fill those gaps and still put in a higher low before we continue to 214. But if at any point we start breaking these highs above 207, it's possible we just go straight to 214 now and rather than later. If at any point we break down below 200, you can get more risk off, and you definitely need to get risk off if we break down below 196. On the RK ETF, we are up 1.15% today, and we have the third day in a row bouncing off of the rising 50 EMA, and we are back above all the moving averages with a bull trend, so the bulls simply need to come out here and break above this high above 52 to start running towards 54. This is still a bull trend as long as we can hold above 47 to 48, otherwise it could be a double top rejection on a breakdown below the neckline at 47, and that would likely take us down towards 44. On the VIX, we were down 0.55% today, and the VIX crushed from 15 yet again, so it could be possible the VIX is going to start crushing back down towards 13 as we continue to hit those upper price targets, and we're only getting risk off if the VIX really starts spiking out and showing high fear, because that's what's going to lead to high volume panic selling. On Bitcoin, we're currently trading just below 67,000, so we haven't yet broken the all-time high price at 69,000, but if we do, we are likely going towards that next price target higher just below 75,000. As I've said before, there's a good chance Bitcoin already had the blow off top and we're getting ready to collapse, and that collapse would likely bring us back down towards 52,000. We can stay bullish as long as we're above this breakout at 62,000, and if you really have a large risk tolerance, you could stay bullish above 52,000. On Nvidia stock, we were up 4.47% today, so we continue this blow off top look, and I do think this is going to mark the top in Nvidia very soon, and there's a good chance that's going to be right here, right around 933. If we break 933, then we go into the 970s, and above 970, we go to 1,000, and that really should be where this blow off top starts to end, because if you look at this, we are going very parabolic, and eventually we are going to start coming back down after we reach a peak. And that will likely bring us back down towards all of these gap fills, including this gap down here at 823. So again, I'm not saying for sure that we can't go to 1,000 or a little bit higher than 1,000, but I am telling you that should mark the top before a very large correction and cool down period, which could simply be a large trading range before we go even higher. There's many fundamental reasons why the stock is going higher, but it is also very technically overextended, and we can't ignore that. On Tesla stock, we were up 1.2% today, and we were outside the lower Bollinger Band at the open and just above that support at 173. So we did find buyers, but it's still possible this is just going to be a dead cat bounce towards the gap fill right around 187 before we go lower. And it's only above 183 that we should be staying bullish. So this is still risk off below 183 unless you want to go risk on above 173. There's still a very good chance we are going to the bottom of this channel in the low 160s. On Apple stock, we were flat on the day, only going down 0.07%. And we did close down below the lower Bollinger Band for the fourth day in a row, and we also did gap down below the lower Bollinger Band for the third day in a row. So we are having a lot of dead cat bounce looks in Apple stock, which could easily bring it higher towards 173 to 177, and dead cat bounce simply means that would be a lower high before we continue down lower towards 163 or 167. So in the short term, this could be bullish simply because it's just very oversold and due for a bounce. But in the longer term, you have to realize this is a bear trend. So we are still looking for lower highs and lower lows. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, this is a very fun market to trade as long as you understand which stocks you should be long in and which stocks you should be short in. And I do believe bears and bulls can find very profitable trades in this market because there's plenty of volatility and there's plenty of stocks going lower in bear trends and plenty of stocks going higher in bull trends. That's why I told you it's a stock pickers market, because while the indices are bullish, there's not necessarily a lot of upside that we can catch in the indices. And this could be a great time to go find those individual stocks that have plenty of volatility and can do very profitable trades with very favorable risk reward ratios. So that's what we're doing in the Stocks Channel Discord server. We're looking at price action, identifying trend, and understanding which stocks we should be shorting and which stocks we should be going long on. So if you want to come become a better price action trader, consider joining the Stocks Channel Discord server, and you will also get access to all of my intraday updates and technical analysis, as well as many trade ideas. You can find out how to join the Stocks Channel Discord by clicking on the link in the description of this video. Remember, no matter what you're doing, whether you're going long or short, make sure you're managing risk around these critical levels, and make sure you are prepared for anything, because at any point this blow off top could go parabolically higher, or it could reach a peak and start to come crashing back down. So be prepared for both of those and know the risk levels at these critical support and resistance levels. And as long as you're following a disciplined approach around managing risk and having a solid trade plan for either direction, you are going to do just fine in this market. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.